among all the rest. Mr. Michael Brody.
Yay, it is I, dun, 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 Michael Brody, and I am here on another Monday after Monday evening right here in beautiful city of Waterford, and I am here to say hello to everyone out there in Mindsight Hypnosis land, and I am here and I'm ready to start our show. We're going to have a great show tonight, isn't that right? No, you're not supposed to laugh. It's a crowd hooray. That's what I was looking for. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. It is 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and it is in Michigan in the beautiful studios of Mind Sight Hypnosis, and we are here once again for another tour of my mind. How crazy it is!
Brody is on a roll.
Well, thank you so very much. And once again, we are on live on YouTube. Please check out YouTube. If you are on YouTube right now, I do see my beautiful, my incredible, my amazing. Where is she? My amazing sister, and oh goodness, where is she? Oh, there she is.
Hey, Felicia, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Glad you're here.
There you go. Hey, Felicia. We are glad you are here. Hopefully, we'll have a few more people. We also have my friend.
Hey, Scott. Thanks for tuning in. You're awesome.
There you go. And we have so much more.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Well, I will. Everybody is very impatient today, and it's very impressive to actually fit everybody into this studio, in this small, cramped studio. But we are very, very excited to have all these people right here on our channel. And once again, if you are listening out there on YouTube, please make sure you put your first name in. And also, so we can say hi, and so we can put you on the wall of fame. Won't that be exciting? I know Felicia is giggling her head off right now. And she does say, she goes, "My name is Felicia, but you know me as your older scary sister," and that is very, very true.
Hallelujah!
Okay. And anyways, we are here. We've got a lot of interesting things to talk about as usual. So let's get right into it. First of all, had a fantastic, oh my gosh, a absolute fantastic time at the Heartland Hypnosis Conference in St. Louis. It was absolutely incredible. That's how many people were there. That's about right. And so I got to talk to. Thank you. No, really, thank you. I got to talk to a whole bunch of people there who were specifically hypnotists, comedy hypnotists, and it was a very, very interesting way of running it. So I want to thank William Mitchell. I want to thank William.
Really?
I want to thank William for hosting it and being absolutely a fantastic and incredible person to run this whole thing. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's true. It was. So anyways, we what's coming up next? Well, Tuesday happens to be a very interesting day. I will be doing a seminar for Grand Blanc High School, and yeah, you said that already. Yeah, and then I'm going to on Wednesday. I believe I'm going to South Lyon High School.
No way!
No, really, way. It's true. Stop it, please. I feel like my dog's here. All right. Anyways, we are very. We need to start the show, the guys. So thank you very much. Um, in about 2.5 weeks, about 2 weeks, it gets incredibly crazy for me. We just started the all night party situation, and after prom party, I did Patrick Henry High School all night party on Saturday night, Sunday, early Sunday morning. Loads of fun. Always great to be there. So thank you also. Also, I want to give a shout out to someone who I didn't get to see at the well, two people I wanted to shout out who I didn't get to see at Heartland. One of them was actually there. The other one was not, but I was hoping he'd be there. So, first of all, Dennis Ridgway, my friend Dennis, wonderful. Always wonderful to see. I saw your new video. Wonderful. You got to check that out, guys. He has a new video out, and at least it was a beautiful picture I saw. I'm hopefully it was a video, or I must have been drinking too much. I don't know. Anyways, he did a show, but I did miss him, and so I feel bad about that. Second of all, there is another Dennis I wanted to talk about, and he is Dennis Larson is also going to be at Hypnothoughts in Las Vegas, and that comes up later on. Well, I'll talk about that another time. But I think everybody needs to go. If you are a stage hypnotist or a hypnotherapist, you need to go to Hypnothoughts at least once to experience the awe. And literally you'll go awe. And I don't have an awe button. Sorry. I do have this. I do have that, but I also have this. I know that's weird because it's in. All right, never mind. But Dennis is actually the first person who showed me how to wear very cool um, coats, suit coats from Timu, and they're very very cool. And I have a vest on it too. So thank you very much, Dennis. I'll be talking to you soon. I'm going to keep plugging you every week until Hypnothoughts. But I thought I'd just start out with a hey, what's happening? Something like that. Or more like a
Hi there.
yeah, something like that. Maybe even a little smoother.
Hi.
Hey. Okay, something like that. Anyways, let's get on with the show. We have already talked about 10 minutes and haven't talked about anything yet, which is the way I love my show. Abso-freaking-lutely. What the hell? Okay. Sorry, I don't have the what the hell voice. That would go on years and years. But Felicia, I know you're saying, what the hell? Okay. Let's talk about what is going on. Let me see if I can get this right over here. Here is our
Let's
little
talk
music.
about finding the right volunteers for your show. The goal is to find people who are right-brained. In other words, people with great imaginations, who are creative, and enjoy exploring their playful side. People who are not afraid to let go. So, how do we, as hypnotists, find these people? Using body language and micro-expressions, a hypnotist can identify highly creative individuals and others who possess unique qualities that make them ideal candidates for deep and transformative experiences in hypnosis. Here's Michael to tell you more.
I just realized you're right. Thank you for thank you thank you. You couldn't hear me. Anyways, I was talking about how can you tell last I'll get it right. The last weekend I was talking about I was doing a seminar on finding the right people for a client. Now, and I put quotations under right. Now, when you're a hypnotherapist, it doesn't matter left or right brain because you're there because they have come to be hypnotized for therapy to help them with whatever they need, and hypnotherapy and hypnosis helps them along. But with a comedy show, with a stage show, a hypnotist, a comedy hypnotist, is looking for people who are more creative, who like to use their imagination. In other words, right brain people. How do we find those people? Well, it's also very good for a hypnotherapist also because if a hypnotherapist is trying different techniques or that doesn't work for a like we call them inductions, if that doesn't work for a left brain person, well, there are other ways to do that, and these susceptibility tests can find out if they can focus on a suggestion. And I'll talk about a couple of them. I'm not going to do all of them, but I'll talk about a couple of them. And a lot of them, most people know. If you're a hypnotist, if you're a stage hypnotist, you know all of them. If you're a person who's interested in hypnosis, you'll probably even know some of them. So so but the key to the whole thing is also looking for micro expressions. Oh, another one. Looking for micro expressions. There we go. Looking for micro expressions. And so, Felicia, I just want to make sure, can you hear me now? If you can, please just type it in the live chat. Okay. So, anyways, it's very important that you can use micro expressions and also different kinds of eye fixation. You can tell those different things. So how do you find those things? Well, first of all, for a stage hypnotist, it's as simple as shaking hands. And what you actually do, and I'm going to raise my arm up a little bit, but what you actually do is you actually press. Let's see if I can do this here. You press down as you're shaking. You press down on the person's opposite hand, and you say, "Relax your arm." And what happens is if they totally relax their arms, I mean from their forearm and their upper arm, then their right brain, I mean totally melted away. If they kind of relax, that means their left brain. But here's the key thing. The key thing is that we're all left and right brain. Some people are a little bit more left brain than right brain. Some people are a little bit more right brain than left brain. In other words, some people are more analytical. Some people are more using their imagination more. And that's fine. When you can also tell when someone is a left brain or right brain person just by the way they speak. If someone says, and by the way, this is also very good for hypnotherapists because if you have a left brain person, if you say to them, "Well, how does it feel to you?" They won't understand that as much as what do you think about it. So thinking or think is a word you would use for left brain people, analytical thinking, and right brain would be the emotion part. How does it feel? That's the emotions because they're more in touch with their emotions. Are there more are women more left brain or more left or right brain than men? No, it all depends on how your DNA works, how you focus on it, how you concentrate on a certain subject. It's totally up to you. Now, what I was talking about before is literally that when you want to find out or help people, you use these susceptibility tests. What is a susceptibility test? A susceptibility tests are tests that help you find out how well a person can take a suggestion. And it's very, very simple and it's very, very easy. So here are a few of them that I do in my shows, and I will I'll show them to you. So, oh my goodness, I got okay. Anyways, let me show them to you. So, anyways, one of them is called the magnetic finger. Now, every stage hypnotist know this. Um, so I'm going to try and back up a little bit and see if I can do this. So one of the ways to do that is to, I'm going to try this do over here, put two fingers out like this and tell them not to look at you first, but tell them to focus on the count of three. They're going to focus in between their fingers. And when they focus in between their fingers, what they're going to do is, I just want to make sure we're still here. Hold on, something happened. I want to make sure we're still on the air. Let me go over here and let me go over here. And we're still on. Okay, yes. Okay. Something happened to my iPad. I wasn't sure. So I wanted to check it. Anyways, so what happens is you tell them to stare in the middle of their fingers and imagine that their fingers have magnets on them and magnets attract. So as the more you focus on it, they get closer and closer and closer. So that's one of the things they do. There's other ones that are funny that help you find out also who's susceptible and everything, who listens. Here's one of them. Again, this is more of a funny one. This is more of helping people, helping people literally uh, feel comfortable, especially in a crowd. So one of them is you tell them to put their hands up. It doesn't matter which hand it is. Put their hand up and then make a perfect circle. Then you tell them to make a perfect circle, but you want to make sure that it is a perfect circle. So you're going to put your hand out and look at it. And as you put your hand, I'm going to make sure you do it here. Put your hand out and look at it. As you look at it, make sure it's a perfect circle. Great. Then you tell them to look back at you. And as you tell them to look back at you, you tell them, now put that circle right on your chin and you put it on your cheek. And half of them, or three-quarters of them, will actually put it on their cheek and not the chin. And you go, well, this is not your chin. So that kind of situation, it's a comedy kind of thing. It kind of relaxes people, makes people laugh and stuff like that. So that is a good technique to find out who is auditory, who's more of an auditory learner, or who is more of a visual learner. Most people like this, when they do two things at one time, especially two things at one time, and me talking, all of a sudden it gets confusing. And that is how you do that susceptibility test. Um, there's one more that I really like too, and most therapists and a lot of comedy hypnotists use it too, and that is the um locked hands. So what happens is you tell the people to put their arms out, all the way out. So in other words, I'm going to try and do this here. There we go. So you can put their arms all the way out, and then you tell them to clasp their hands and make sure their palms are touching. You tell them to make sure their hands are, and then what you tell them to do is you say, "What's the best way to visualize something?" And they say, "With their eyes closed." Good. Close your eyes, and then what you do is you tell them to I'm going to count to three, and with each number that I count, imagine your fingers getting tighter and tighter and tighter, locked, 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 tighter and tighter and tighter. In fact, on the count of three, you're going to force your hands apart as hard as you can. And when you find that as you try and force them apart, the harder you try and force them apart, the harder it is to do. You can't do it. In fact, if they're so incredibly locked that they're tighter and tighter and tighter, more and more. And when they're tighter and tighter and tighter, more and more and more, and you can't unlock them, raise your hands all the way up. But the key to the whole thing is to make sure your arms are straight. Because what happens is if you do it with your arms totally locked and straight, what you're doing is you're using your shoulders to trying to unlock it, not your hands. You're squeezing with your hands, but you're also using your shoulders, and it's almost impossible to actually pull them apart if they're actually pulling them apart, because here is the key thing. You'll get the right people, the right brain people, to actually get them locked. The left brain people will actually go, did he say relax my hands? Because the minute you say relax, they come apart. So you say you pull them apart as hard as you can, harder, 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 more and more and more. The more you pull them apart, harder, harder, one, two, and three, and then you pull them apart. Those are the people who are stuck together. Those are the people you want to use for the show. So please remember that. It really does work. It is incredible. All right. great scrumptious. We have something right here. We have we sad news, ladies and gentlemen. It is totally sad, and um no, it's not all right. It is totally sad that we do not have a fresh dad joke for you, but we do have something special for you. So we want to give this to you right now. Hey everybody, it's Michael Brody once again here at Mindsight Hypnosis. Honored to be here, and we are on location right now for a news breaking story. And with our news breaking story, we have our on the street reporter. It's Felicia Palladino.
Hi.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry. We have some interesting breaking news. And Felicia, please tell us exactly what's going on in the news.
Well, my cat snuck into my husband's room. That's it. That's the news.
In other words, tell your joke.
Oh, tell my jokes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling some jokes today. I'm being forced into this.
Okay, here we go.
You have to make a disclaimer, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that's right. For these jokes, these great, incredible, amazing dad jokes, these amazing, wonderful dad jokes come with a disclaimer. This is for the adult dad jokes, who are not for the baby dad jokes, but for the adult bad jokes. Bad dad. This is Felicia.
Okay, what do you call a teacher that never farts in public?
What, Felicia?
A private tutor.
A private tutor.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a great one. That's a great... Felicia, there's got to be more.
There is. There's so
Okay.
much more.
Is that the dirty one?
That's the dirty one.
No.
Oh, that's not the dirty one. Okay,
No.
keep going.
All right, so I went to a new shoe store and tried on a pair of shoes, and they were a little tight. And I said to the woman selling me shoes, I said, these are a little tight. And she said, did you try pulling on the tongue? And I said, yeah, but they feel a little tight. That's a good one too, huh? Okay.
Oh my God. And more in world news. Wait a second. In world news.
Oh. Okay, wait. Okay. I gotta find it. Oh.
We now have teleprompters.
This is the dirty one, so I'm really sorry. Not really. Why can't Miss Piggy count to 70?
Why?
Because at 69, she gets a frog stuck in her throat.
I was not ready for that one. Wow. Okay, that is a perfect. That is a perfect ending to a perfect story. I want to thank you very much. In today's weather, it's going to be rainy because we're both crying. And little thunder there. It's happy tears, guys. It's happy tears. Okay. All right. Let's say it. Back to you in the studio.
Back to you in the studio.
All right. Well, that's my sister Felicia and her wonderful, incredible dad jokes. That is incredible, as we love you do that all the time. All right, so we had to go back into our vaults to see a interesting show, a interesting segment. So here it is, right here. Here's our video.
You've ever had in your entire life, and you're sitting in it. In fact, on the count of three, you're gonna feel yourself, you're gonna see yourself, imagine yourself in the driver's seat on the count of three, and you see yourself driving down the road. On the count of three, you're gonna actually have your hands on the wheels. You have your hands on the wheels, waving to everybody because you have a $200,000 car and they don't. So you're gonna wave to everyone, and as you're driving by, on the count of three, 1, 2, 3. Right now, you're driving down. Keep your eyes closed. You see yourself driving down the road. Yeah, you got that. You got that $200,000 car. That's right. Now, it just so happens, yeah, you're driving down the road. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. Driving down the road. Hey, listen. You want to see what this baby can do. So let's take it out on the highway. Let's close your eyes. Close your eyes. Take it out on the highway. So let's take it on the highway. Let's go a little faster. Okay, we're going 80. Let's go faster. We're going 120. Yeah. Let's take this baby to the top limit. Let's go 180 miles. Look, here comes a cop. He pulled you over. All right. Now listen carefully. You gotta listen carefully. Keep your hands on the wheel. There's a cop coming to you. You can see this cop coming to you. This cop is going to come to you. You were driving 180 miles an hour. You've got to make an excuse why you're driving 180 miles an hour. You better make it good because a 180 mile an hour ticket is $3,000. So you don't want to you want to talk this guy out of $3,000 ticket. Let's find out. Here comes the officer. Here it comes. Hey, girl, keep your eyes closed. What's your name? Paige. You were driving. Do you know how fast you were driving?
No.
What?
No.
You were driving 180 miles an hour. Why?
Because I can.
I don't know. I gotta find somebody. Sit. Hey, girl, what's your name? Devin, you know you're in deep trouble. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Devin, do you know how fast you were going?
Yeah.
How fast were you going?
I don't know.
We were going 180 miles an hour. Do you know that's over 100 miles past the speed limit? You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Why were you doing that?
It was an accident.
It was an accident. I'm gonna find somebody. I'm gonna find somebody right now. All right. Hey, boy, keep your eyes closed. Boy, this is the policeman right here. What is your name, boy? Kyle. Do you know how fast you were going, boy?
Yeah.
How fast were you going, man?
108.
Now you better give me a good excuse why I'm not going to give you this ticket. This better be the best excuse I could ever hear. Why were you going that fast?
I was just chilling with my friends and they told me to.
Friends told you to, huh?
It was like, I was just showing up and we were just chilling.
No, One more person I'm going to talk to. Hey girl, you know you're in a heap of trouble. You know that, don't you? You are in trouble. What is your name, girl?
Alex.
Your name's Alex? Alex? Do you know how fast you were driving? You were driving 180 miles an hour. Do you know what? That's over 110 miles past the speed limit. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Why were you doing that? You better give me a good excuse. If you can give me a good excuse, I won't give you a ticket, but you better make this really, really good. What's your excuse?
I didn't do that.
You didn't do what?
I was going the speed limit.
You were going the speed limit? I clocked you at 180.
You're lying.
I'm lying. Everybody take a deep breath in. Everybody sleep. Deep sleep, sleep. Everybody sleep, relax. Hypnosis. Uh-oh. Yeah, come here. What's wrong? Not yet, not yet. I'm fine. Come here, come here. Hi. Hi. What's your name?
Becca.
And what did you win?
I'm Miss America.
I'm Miss America.
What state are you from?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Did you? Did you, I heard you won the talent contest, yes?
Yeah.
What was your talent?
I can.
That's one. All right, do me a favor, guess what? See these people right here? They all voted for you. Well, why don't you go give each one of them a round of, give them a hand, go give them a hand, shake their hands. Go shake their hands, there they go. Miss and Mr. America, shaking hands and looking very cute. Oh, there they go. On the count of three, you have no idea what you're doing. Keep going. On the count of three, you have no idea what you're doing, and you're totally wide awake. 1, 2, and 3, totally wide awake, both of you. Let's give them both a big round of applause. All right. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to skedaddle doodle. I know. It is true. But we do have to get going here. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I know I did. We will be here again next week, Monday. Next week, I'd love to see you there. Please be in the audience. Tell your friends to visit and watch the show. It is a lot of fun, and you too can just be in the audience, like my sister and another person who I don't know. So there you go. I'd love to see you there. We'll be here next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care. We'll see you later. Toodaloo, everybody. Bye.